Good evening, my name is Bill Watkins. I thought to put this video together called a speech for California residents. I have a vision of California, of politics, something slightly different that's been. Difference is something that would be normal for me, an alcoholic, 13 years sober, had a tough time coming up for various reasons. I have led a life that leads me toward change and different concepts, like around election time and voting. I 100% believe that private campaign spending is the curse on politics and holds us back and keeps good ideas, sometimes great ideas, from reaching California. I'll try to stay in the state of California today with my ideas, but it does, of course, affect the United States of America, and even your local election and politics. You get private campaign money in, I don't think I need to say much. I think we all kind of know it's corrupt, but who's willing to do something about it? And when something like that is voted upon, I have heard from various sources that out of the woodwork, a conservative elite group, a conservative, often moneyed, powerful lobby group comes up. Voting gets really difficult to put into legislation banning campaign funding, and getting into that sort of politics is really difficult. Therefore, I am here, Bill Watkins, trying to share a vision, share ideas, and I'm hopeful and prayerful that the good ideas I share, or the good ideas that someone else shares and beats me, win seats, begin to win seats in your local politics and state senate and state assembly, governor spot, instead of money, and campaign posters and billboards and all the things that I believe take money and energy away from our communities, our streets and sidewalks that need help, desperate need, and yet our billboards to elect politicians are just beautiful, immaculate, and expensive. So that's number one for me. My vision for California extends to various things. A number one issue for me, of all things, it's not for everyone, is fireworks, is illegal fireworks and fireworks, the bombs that happen in my community in Los Angeles. It's hurtful especially to anyone with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. You often hear of the veterans who've gone to war, dreading the 4th of July. I am also one who now, unfortunately, dreads the 4th of July, celebrating the birth of our country, because of the bombs going off in my neighborhood. And it's a sad state. And there's a lot of elements to there. There's law enforcement that needs to put talent, detectives, into it. But I think in California, we need, like in Massachusetts, New Jersey, and Delaware, we need a ban on consumer fireworks in this state. The fire department authorities would love this. Safety, people concerned with safety, fire safety, veterans with PTSD, animal lovers would support this. There's a large group I'm going to lean on and hope for help from, to get rid of consumer fireworks in the state. We don't need it. We can celebrate the birth of our country with professional shows and put bombs in the hands of professionals. It's a big deal for me because I guess I didn't say, unfortunately, real red flag to anyone, don't do this. I overdosed on prescribed medication twice in my life, in 1999 and in 2000, left me with a PTSD, a version of it, that left me real sensitive to those bombs, and I get chest pain and twitches. So that's why, if you wondered, why is he obsessed about that? Well, it hurts me, and it really threatens my life, those bombs. They're selling them illegally on Craigslist right now as I speak, and detectives are slow to get on this, and they're going after crimes that I don't hear in my living room, like prostitution, gaming, drugs, and gang squads, when gangs are not illegal. But of course, illegal activity is illegal. But I question the way we divvy up our law authorities and law enforcement, and I know we can do better there. And this goes for all crime. The other branches that help with crime are the politics, the political legislative branch, and education, better education. When you have public education and you get so many thousand young people into a room that kind of have to be there, that we are not teaching law and civics is a travesty and a tragedy and wrong. And it leads to, from illegal fireworks to graffiti to assault to all of the crimes we have. We do not have a standard upon graduation for citizenship, for knowing the law, respecting the law, obeying the law. No diploma in high school should be given to anybody who does not respect and obey the law, period. Period. That should be number one. Number one by far, to prepare kids for life, not for college. College is it's a privilege for some, but life and obeying the law should be mandatory for all, period. Citizenship tests can be administered, and I'm talking about a sign of patriotism, and I'm not shying from that. There's no reason why we can't shoot for patriotism in our country and in our state of California. Where are we from, the history of this land, and what it's about, and why we obey laws. Now, right next to education, you have to talk about immigration. When you're talking about law and obeying the law, I'm going to take a trip down to San Diego real soon, down in that area and some of our border areas as soon as I possibly can. I want to see firsthand what's going on, but it appears to me it's too loose. It's not real loose. I don't want to criticize Border Patrol working their tails off and the law enforcement working their tails off, but I have a feeling it could get better. And I feel part Mexican. I've spent enough time in Mexico, living in Mexico. I love the people. This is not anything about that. This is about law, and the people that come across that border need to be indoctrinated. I want to never say the right people, that's got the wrong connotation, but need to be willing to obey the law, know the law, and come in. Just like children we're raising, we have to have an immigrant population that is with our law, loves California, loves the United States of America, knows its laws, respects its laws, etc. These are critical things. It's time to shore up. This from a guy who grew up drinking alcohol underage, threw eggs at cars, messed around a lot, okay? So that's for me, that goes into the education failure. It was a failure at home and at my school, fancy private school, but still, it was still a failure to properly educate me for life. I was great for college. UC Santa Barbara, what a star. But I was not prepared to live life. I was disrespectful. I had a part of me, even though that was achieving over on one side, that was always doing the wrong thing. It was not caught by our current system, and that's still going on. We're still talking about getting kids to college. Forget college. If they can't obey the law, forget it. Anyways, almost sounding angry, I'm going to wrap it up and say I love you. I love California. I want us to do better. I want us to think about things more. I want us to look into banning alcohol advertising more and more, and that should be a national ban someday, like cigarettes. Cigarette advertisements have gone the way of a national ban, and we're going to head that way with alcohol. And again, you bring in a huge lobby, very powerful, very interested in continuing to feed their families with alcohol money, so it's difficult. And fireworks, boy, big lobby. That's almost $1 billion a year they're making nationwide with fireworks sales. So these are the big lobbies, the big money, and I am small money, hopefully with big and great ideas. I love you all. Thanks for taking this time with me, and God bless America, and God bless our state of California. I'm feeling the patriotism on a day where our soccer team lost today, USA Soccer. But we're going to keep battling because we never stop. I love you guys. Let's do it.